Jazz Baines. Wearing number 4, a 6'2" guard from Wellington, Taylor Reddick. Wearing number 5.
Standing in their way is OCAA Player of the Year Jazz Baines and his St. Lawrence Vikings. Hello, I'm Natalie Stoberman. On paper, this is a very tough matchup for the first round. Humber's coming in as the reigning national champions, and then we have St. Lawrence coming in from the East Division as the second best team in their conference. I can tell you that they've never played each other so far this season, but what I can tell you also is to expect the unexpected. For more on the matchup, let's send it over to Corey and Connor.
Hawks next for this matchup between your Humber Hawks and the St. Lawrence Vikings. This is the first time they're meeting this season. I'm Corey Graham here with Connor Forrest. And you know what, this is going to be a great matchup today. They have not played each other, but great players on both sides. For Humber, Gibson Ediful. For St. Lawrence, we've got Jazz Baines. Tell me a little bit about this matchup.
Well, like you said, never seen each other, never played each other, but very similar play styles in a way. They both run through their point guards, especially this Humber's team. Gibson Ediful, they run it around him. They run a fast-paced and a slow-paced offense, and I believe we're going to have the standings up here in a second. This St. Lawrence team, I believe, was second in their conference. This is going to be a tough game for Humber. They got the crowd on their side, though, and Humber, both teams coming off a 2 losing streaks, so they're both looking to get back on their feet and really go at it and start this weekend off strong. Humber, 13-5. They can play with the top teams in their conference. It should be an interesting game. Both really good teams.
And if we look on the east side, when that comes up, you'll see that this St. Lawrence team is 13-7, which enabled them to have a bye to come right to the OCAA. That means that even though both of these teams have 2-game losing streaks, they've both had the same amount of rest coming into this. So they should have a very good game. They should be very energized and ready to play right away.
Exactly. So I mentioned Gibson Ediful on the Humber team. They run it through him, and he's a really key player. But another key player is that Tyrone Dixon. He doesn't play too much, you know, the coach watches his minutes, but when he's on the floor, he is so impactful. He's such a presence. You see him right there. Number 10 is a big boy, and he's just so dominant on the glass. So second chance points, working in the post. They can keep him out of foul trouble, which is a recurring theme that he has sometimes in his games. If they can keep him out of foul trouble, oh boy, it's going to be a tough game for St. Lawrence. But on the other hand, you know, you got Andrew Dawkins, Jazz Baines, 23.7 points a game for Jazz Baines. He takes a ton of shots, but if he gets hot, it's the same thing with Tyrone Dixon. You got to look out for him.
And the Humber Hawks, the only constant big they've had on their team this year is Gibson Ediful. He's been a workhorse. They lost Tyrone Dixon to a bunch of things in the first semester. Vule Gruich missed half the season with injury. So, you know, Gibson Ediful is the one that's been here all season. He helped them get to these playoffs, but now he has 2 other guys, Dixon and Gruich, to help them get through this playoff weekend.
Absolutely. And the Hawks know what's up. Ediful is the leader of this team. And let's see if they can take it to the next round. And that'll be a great matchup. We saw a great point guard matchup between the recent teams. We just saw the Bruins and the Niagara Knights. And now we're going to see another one. Ediful and Jazz Baines going at it, both number 3.
There's Jazz Baines there. He was named the Player of the Year for the OCAA at the awards ceremony last night. Very deserving. He has accumulated the most points in the league for this season. He has the second most points per game with just over 23. And there is our first 2 of the game going to the Humber Hawks. That is number 13, Ali Askarov. Sorry, that was actually third. Ansel Martin, number 12 is Ali Askarov. Ansel Martin, there is second year with the team. Now Brad Richards putting up a 2 of his own. Braden Gone looking to get things going here. He throws it down to the post. That's up. Martin misses his second jumper of the game.
Martin getting involved early. Baines was the Rookie of the Year in 2014-2015. You know, he's a key part of their offense too. Expect him to get hot. He's going to take a lot of shots. There you see Dixon, great defense. Taking a tumble from his teammate there. Yeah, that was number 13. That was excuse me.
Ansel Martin there.
Yeah, that was
Martin with the ball now. Looking for someone to pass to. He finds Dixon. Dixon down low. That pass does not find its target. It's still picked up, and that's another 2 for the Humber Hawks. 22, Kenny Ejim.
Taking advantage of the height differential. I believe Ejim had Andrew Dawkins on him. Taking advantage of that height.
Baines, very quick. Being guarded by Dixon, switching out for Ediful now. Ediful, very quick himself. You'll see his agility this game. There's the big boy out to Jazz Baines. He can't get that one to go. Donald Gibson, that was number 24, the big man for St. Lawrence. Gibson Ediful using his speed to his advantage. He can't get that fadeaway to go. Ejim looking for Ediful. Ediful with the ball now.
Now they're going to set it up. Take their time.
They're going to want to open up a lane for him. He takes the three instead. That rims out. Rebound taken by Ejim and a push called on him as well.
So that's going to be the first foul of the game. Good shot from Ediful. You know, warm up, get your range going. You definitely want to keep him involved.
We have some time taken here for Donald Gibson. 24 on St. Lawrence to tie his shoe early on in this game. It's just over a minute into the first quarter. 4-2 for the Humber Hawks. This here's inbounded to Baines. Baines going up, looking for someone to pass to. He finds someone. Andrew Dawkins. Back over to Donald Gibson. Gibson finds Baines. Some good chemistry being shown by St. Lawrence. These are two very good teams going at it, and there is a foul called against the Hawks.
I believe that will be on the floor. No, it will be shooting foul. So 2 shots for Jazz Baines. And he takes a lot of shots, averaging 23 points on 30% shooting.
There's a reason he was named OCAA Player of the Year and Rookie of the Year last year, as you mentioned, Connor. He was also the East Division scoring champ this season. Him, along with Gibson Ediful of the Humber Hawks, were named to the first team All-Stars. Gibson for the West and Jazz Baines for the East. He misses his first one from the line.
Both key players on their team.
You can already tell that this gym's going to be standing on their feet for most of this game. Very loud already. Most of the people in the crowd cheering for the Humber Hawks, as this is their home tournament in the Hawks' Nest.
The Hawks doing very well throughout the regular season as well. Definitely favored to go far in the tournament.
Gone. Looking for a lane. He drives it. And that goes for a layup. Look for Gone to make some a slam dunks later in the game. He's known for those.
Absolutely. I've seen a few of them. He throws it down with power.
Baines throws it out.
Ooh, tough shot from Dawkins, but that's going to be the second foul on 22, Kenny Ejim. So, yep, you can already see the substitution coming in. That's number 15, Vul Gucic coming in.
Ejim is now going out there. Vule Gruich missed half the season with injury. That was one of the big guys they were missing, along with Tyrone Dixon.
So tough break early on, losing one of their starters. But you got to give them St. Lawrence putting this Hawks team in foul trouble. They already have 3 team fouls in this first quarter.
Dawkins misses his first.
Now we saw some poor free throw shooting in the last game between the Sheridan Bruins and the Niagara Knights, and similar theme so far as the St. Lawrence squad shooting 2 of 4 from the stripe. We're all tied up.
So still people filing in here as the crowd starts to pack up for this game between the Humber Hawks and St. Lawrence Vikings. The dynamic player Gibson Ediful looking to use his speed to drive into the middle. Dixon.
Let's see what they're going to do with
to
Dixon.
Martin.
Nice screen from Dixon.
Martin hits off the back of the rim, and that's rebounded there by the Vikings. Number 4, Taylor Reddick. Baines being guarded by Ediful. Both first-team All-Stars. That's thrown into the key.
Great
not able to
defense
throw
from
up.
Dixon. And you see Dixon, even though there's nothing to show for it right now, getting involved on both sides, setting good screens, getting a body on his offensive player.
Martin looking for a lane. He'll get it to Dixon. Over to Gibson Ediful.
Pick and roll. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Dixon didn't quite roll to the basket.
And here I mentioned both these guys making their first-team All-Stars for their respective divisions. And there's a big difference between the two. That while that may look like a huge difference right now, you got to remember that Humber is a very team-centric team. They've always been known for their all-around play, while the St. Lawrence Vikings are really relying on Baines for most of their offense.
Absolutely. He's a 20-plus point scorer a game. He shoots a lot of shots.
Good job by Ediful to keep that over half.
Ediful is more of an orchestrator. Let's see, he's going to go for it. Oh.
Vule Gruich with some miscommunication between him and Gone, and the clock runs out. Not able to make a play. It's still 4-4 with about 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Head coach Sean Collins, been with his team for a very long time and has been to a numerous amount of OCAA championships.
Yeah, Sean Collins been with the team 11 years, but you look to the other side, and St. Lawrence College's Barry Smith, their head coach, has been there 24, so a lot of experience between the two head coaches today.
Absolutely. Can't quite be happy, though, with the miscommunication from the Humber squad. Dawkins missing a wide open J.
Dawkins gets his own rebound and is able to put it up anyways.
His own rebound.
Ediful being guarded by Dawkins.
Now you can tell this Humber squad a little bit too relaxed early in the first. They definitely got to pick it up. You can't be letting Dawkins get his own rebound.
Gruich with the nice roll.
Oh, and a nice
rolls
move.
it up for a nice layup right in the key.
Gotta love the footwork there, creating space for himself.
Baines looking to drive the lane. It's
Great
knocked
defense.
out of his hand. Ediful.
That'd be a first steal for Gone.
Ediful now takes it over half. Gruich, the big man, looking for a play. Ansel Martin to Gibson. Ediful looking for a lane. Incredible speed on this guy. And he gets tripped up. He's looking for the foul, but he will not get the call.
Yeah, lost his footwork there. When you're on the way down, you're not really going to get any calls, especially when you go attacking into the paint. You're the one creating contact in the eyes of the officials. But Ediful, being aggressive, taking shots, making his presence known, whether or not they go in. Well, you want them to go in, but just taking these shots, making your presence known on the court is enough at this point.
He's replaced there by Kerwin Elvis now on the floor. There's a shot there.
Dawkins with a big three.
Dawkins, one of the big players for St. Lawrence. The other one being Jazz Baines, of course. That's across from Martin. Down low, Kerwin Elvis, seeing his first time on the floor.
CJ Bennett also on the floor.
Gruich from downtown. That rims out, it's picked up. Martin to Elvis. Elvis finds a lane, he'll toss it back out for Martin. He goes from downtown and can't get that to fall. Another rebound for Humber, that one from Gruich. Now Martin with another chance, he'll roll that one in for two.
Great backdoor pass from Gruich to find Martin. And Martin with a tough finish, but a great little backdoor cut. Some tight defense here from the Hawks. They're really starting to tighten up.
Dawkins with the ball, down to Baines. Baines looks out top, finds Dawkins. He has a little bit of time. He'll use it, and he'll drain that one. Nothing but net.
Dawkins back to back. He was a little hesitant there, but I bet you next time down the floor, he's going to take that without hesitation. He's 2 for 2.
Gruich for Humber. Martin looking for a pass or a lane. He'll take the jumper.
Good
That's
shot.
off the rim.
Good shot from the corner of the key.
Humber down by 4. Dawkins. On a fast break, he'll toss over to Baines. He's looking for a play. 15 on the clock.
Ooh, Baines with a nice behind the back move. Makes a separation. Baines. That's his first. Excuse me, no, he had free throws. That'll be his first bucket. 4 points for Baines.
CJ Bennett throws it across to Kerwin Elvis, now in Martin's hands.
Trying to go in the post,
Elvis.
but not quite working.
Elvis
Ooh.
looking for the pass. It's still picked up by Judge. Judge puts up the jumper, and it won't go.
And Judge, a great marksman from behind the line. Keep an eye out for him. If he gets going, he can knock down a few.
Dawkins waiting for Baines. Baines trying to drive the lane.
Great move.
What a floater there. That's the guy you have to watch out for this game. He is a dynamic player, and that just proves why he's one of the best offensive players in this league.
And Baines, this is why he's averaging 20. Going from right to left, stopping on a dime, easy floater off the glass, and he rolls quick back-to-back buckets to give these Vikings an 8-point lead.
Puts it up like there's absolutely nothing to it, making it look easy out there, and it's definitely not. So we have a timeout here called by the Humber Hawks as there is an 8-point lead. This first timeout is sponsored by the Humber Hawks. This, of course, being hosted at Humber College. If you want to check out more on this weekend or any Humber Hawks sports, go to humberhawks.ca. This stream is live there as well as their YouTube page, and you'll find out lots of information on their sporting programs there.
Now it is interesting to see what head coach of the Hawks, Sean Collins, is going to do. He's been an OCAA West Division Coach of the Year. Been with the team a long time. Let's see how they respond. They find themselves down by 8 early in the first. First time these two teams are seeing each other, they get a feel for each other. I'm sure now they know that, Jazz is one of the main guys they go to, as well as their top scorer. So they're definitely going to put some pressure on him.
Can't forget about some of the other guys on the team, however. Andrew Dawkins has already put up a few daggers. He's sitting with 9 points early on. We have just under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Already 3 team fouls for the Humber Hawks, none on the Vikings side. But not much time remaining.
Now let's see what the Hawks can do.
Martin getting it started now. Jordan Rose seeing his first time out on the floor. Rose very nimble as well to Dixon. He'll get that across to Bennett. Bennett has some room. He'll roll that off the fingers and get number 2.
CJ Bennett, that's what you like to see. Great screen, cutting through the lane, easy layup.
Head coach of the Vikings, Barry Smith, not happy with the effort of Taylor Reddick there. Jawing at him as he runs up the floor. Reddick with the ball now.
And you got to look at the shot quality between these two teams. Oh, but that's a great move from Dawkins. He's been rolling.
Yeah, he's definitely a dynamic player. We've been talking about Baines all day, and then now we have to focus on Dawkins. He's got 11. Judge, down low, kept in by Dixon, barely, but it still gets up, but off the rim.
Tough shot for Dixon. He's, double teamed.
Baines had the ball most of the time for the Vikings.
Trying to shake his defender. Good defense from Rose.
Reddick to the big man down low. That's Donald Gibson.
Donald Gibson with the left-handed hook.
He's listed at 6'6", but he's got some size to him as well. He'll definitely be guarded by Tyrone Dixon, the big man on the floor for the Humber Hawks.
And a poor pass from Dixon, trying to get it inside the gun.
This about to be inbounded by Thomas Offlegger from Ottawa. He's a second-year guard for this Vikings team.
Baines coming out. Kadeem Buckley will come in at point guard for the first to finish it off. He goes straight at Rose.
Reddick missed that 3. Buckley looking to make his mark very early. Doan now with the ball for the Hawks. Looking for a lane. He can't find one. Goes down low, out to the post. Bennett.
Again.
He has a lane now. Back underneath the rim. He gets 2.
CJ Bennett seems to be working for him. He's got 2 buckets now, driving the lane, taking it with his right hand up strong.
Shot clock is off. 3 seconds left on the clock. Here's a chance for Buckley. He throws it up, and it does not fall. The first quarter ends. Vikings up 20-12 over the Humber Hawks at their own Hawks Nest. This first intermission is now brought to you by Bel Air Direct Car Insurance. We end that first quarter. The Vikings up 20-12. The momentum definitely shifting in their favor. Head coach Sean Collins of the Hawks looking to turn it around in the second. See how that turns out right after this.
You've got your degree. Now take your education to the next level. At Humber College, our career-focused programs incorporate hands-on practical experience both in and out of the classroom, allowing you to get the experience employers are looking for.
All right. right, we're back here just about to start the second quarter. After the first, it's St. Lawrence Vikings 20 and the Humber Hawks 12. Most of those points are coming from one guy on the floor for the Vikings. Tell me a bit about him, Connor.
Oh my goodness, I mean, Andrew Dawkins had quite an opening here against the Hawks. Is the main reason why they find themselves up 8 points after the end of the first. 11 of their 20 points coming from Andrew Dawkins. He's hot from the field right now. He's shooting 80%. He's perfect from beyond the arc. He's really, been the leading scorer right now. Of course, I got to look at Jazz Baines. He's got 5 points. But other than that, Andrew Dawkins, the one really sticking out right now. For the Humber side, no one noticeable poking out right now. Of course, CJ Bennett has 4 points as well as Martin. But the Humber Hawks really need to, they were caught on their heels, to sort of speak. This is the first time they're playing each other. They didn't know what to expect. But after that first quarter, I think they have a better idea. We'll see how they adjust.
The Humber Hawks definitely known for their team game, and they didn't see a lot of time on the floor from Gibson Ediful. He was taken off halfway through the first quarter. He's now out there again. He starts a play here. Bennett up for another 2 points. And
right
he'll put it
rip.
in easy.
You see them pressuring the point guard. They get the easy turnover, and Bennett puts in his third of the night. And that's what they need to do. Some great defense from Ediful and a great trap from Dixon.
Buckley to Reddick. That's down low now for Gibson.
Ooh, shimmy shade. Good though.
Hard to block Gibson. He's got a lot of weight to him. Dixon doing the best he can to keep him out of the key. It works in his favor, however, as the jumper is missed. Godin, from an awkward angle, throws it underneath the body behind him. Gets it to go.
Braden Godin, aggressive move. Weird angle, as you mentioned, yeah, but he got it up and he got it to go. Really taking it to his defender. And he can also shoot it from beyond the arc as well as take it to the paint.
Dawkins kicks that ball out of bounds. It'll go to Humber. Judge looking to inbound.
All right, so substitution now. They bring Jazz Baines back immediately, as well as number 5, Brad Richards. So more or less the starting 5 back in for the Vikings.
Baines and Dawkins looking to be a dynamic duo for the Vikings. Definitely ones to watch out for. Gibson Ediful down to Gone. Gone under the rim, he slams it down. That gives them within 2 points. It's 20-18 for the Vikings now, just over 1 minute into the second quarter.
Braden Gone with a quick step. He gets up and he throws it down. Braden Gone with 2 back-to-back plays, and just like that, right in the beginning of the second, it's now a 2-point game.
I told you to watch out for Braden Gone. He likes to slam the ball down. That's his first of the game, and that's a sign of many more. This second timeout of the game is sponsored by the OCAA. Of course, they host all of these teams in the regular season. This is the OCAA champions. If you would like to know more on the organization or on any OCAA sport, visit their website at ocaa.ca. The women's basketball championship also going on right now. I believe that one is at Niagara College this weekend.
Niagara College, very nice. The women, I believe they were undefeated a large portion through the season, if they aren't still are.
The Humber Hawks women's team, all sports teams here at Humber Hawks are always fairly highly touted.
Exceptional athletic program. So we saw Sean Collins talk to his team after that first, and they came out with a vengeance. So now we're going to see head coach Barry Smith of the St. Lawrence Vikings, 30 years of coaching experience under his belt, and he's been the Vikings coach for 24. He's got 2 OCAA medals in the last 5 years, so we'll see how they adjust.
Brad Richards inbounds for the Vikings to Baines. Baines looking for a lane. He pulls up. Ooh. That's a 3, and he makes it look so easy, Connor. That's his second of the game that's gone right in.
Pulling up, absolute confidence. You gotta love seeing that in a player, and he responds right there.
Bennett with some speed.
Goodness.
He draws the foul, can't get the basket go. However, he will go to the line for 2.
Absolutely. We were talking about Dixon, we were talking about Ediful, but one guy who has really risen to the challenge in these recent minutes, CJ Bennett. He had 6 in the first, and now if he can make these 2 free throws, he'll make this a 3-point game once again.
He plays hard and he likes to drive the basket, and play like that always seems to draw fouls, as teams like to keep the ball away from right under the rim.
Absolutely. He takes it to him. Not only that, it spreads the floor, gives his teammates beyond the arc some time to set up.
And Bennett makes both of those. I believe that'll bring him up to 8 points on the night. 23-20 for the Vikings. Baines looking for a lane all by himself.
And Bain loves that step back. He loves getting a running start, then taking that step back to create space. Oh, and there's the man, Dawkins. Boom.
With 2 on him, he is still able to get that 3 there.
14 points, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. If there's not an adjustment made on that guy, I don't know what the Hawks are gonna do. He is on fire.
And right underneath the rim, the Hawks able to put 2 back on the board of their own. We're now within 4. Baines with it for the Vikings, takes it over half.
So Kenny Agin, they lost him early on in the game to foul trouble. He's back and he's making a difference.
Baines likes to take the ball himself, not looking for many of his teammates here.
So
He likes to
quick off
open
the
up the
dribble.
lanes and then make the plays.
So quick off the dribble. He draws another foul. And who's that on?
I believe it was, he said 8, so that would be C.J. Bennett of the Hawks.
Kenny Agim coming out again after just putting up a bucket. So they're going to sit him down. And I believe number 15, yes, Vul Gucek is going to come back in.
Vule Grujic now guarding the big man. Donald Gibson. Dawkins. Grujic loses his man there. He has to run back to get him. Cutting in. There's a shot from the post. That rattles around and out. That shot was from off-legger. Now Gibson Ediful. To Vule Grujic.
He's got a size advantage.
Down by the rim. Look for him to put that up. He does. It goes right over top to the other side. Baines now with some speed. He's on the fast break. Nice little layup. He'll put up 2 on the board.
And Cone couldn't even keep up with the guy. He didn't know where he was. Turning on the Jets.
Not a guy you want on a fast break. It's hard to defend Baines. He's very quick, and he changes directions very easily as well. Gibson going out top. He's looking to get a lane.
Ooh.
Blocked on the wrong side by Dixon. Ediful with the feet.
Get a
He's
bounce.
going back and forth, and it will not drop.
Saw Gibson Ediful showing off the handle there real quick. Nice defense from
blocking
Ediful.
there.
That's a second
Ediful
steal.
playing
He
both
saves
sides
it.
of the court. Down for Gone. He's going to lay that one up, and that'll be 2. What great defense from Gibson Ediful to lead to that 2 points.
So that's the second steal of the night. Some great defense. Doesn't give up on the play, and it's an easy bucket for Gone. Oh, and that's a controversial call. The coaching staff not happy about that one. Grujic gonna get called on a block.
Vule Grujic not happy with that one, and you see his hand heavily taped up there. He was also his shoulder, actually. He was out half the season, the first half of the season with an injury. He is back playing, and he is 100%, but he just wants to make sure that he doesn't get injured again.
And now another foul, even before the ball is inbound. Number 3, Gibson Ediful going to get called for holding on Jazz. And so now that ball will be inbounded below the basket. Substitution coming in at number 4 for the St. Lawrence Vikings. That is Taylor Reddick. And number 32, Thomas Afluger going to come out.
Gibson to Baines. Baines being guarded by Gibson Ediful for the Hawks. Now Gibson for the Vikings. He'll throw that one up. Coming back the other way, Elvis looking for a pass. Grujic gets what he thinks is fouled. It's not called. And now Grujic trips over a shoe in the middle of the court there.
Yeah, give it to Edison. He's calling for a pick and roll.
Gibson having trouble finding the lanes right now. He'll pass it out. Elwin to Dixon. He throws it up. It rattles around and out.
12-footer from
Baines.
Dixon, not going to go, but a good shot.
Fast break from Baines. Passed out. Dawkins from downtown. He can't get it to drop. That's rebounded. Richards out to Reddick. Reddick can't get that one to drop either. Shots being missed from both teams. Ediful
The Hawks.
back the other way. Having trouble finding a lane so far this game. Hasn't really been able to find the rim so far. He's been having to take his shots from deep. Elvis going for the lane himself, and he'll get fouled.
That Euro step draws the foul, hack on the hand, and he's going to go to the line for 2. Notice how relaxed, well, not relaxed, how much space between the defenders these St. Lawrence Vikings are giving. The Hawks have been struggling from the field, not having the best field goal percentage. as a team somewhere in the ballpark of 30%. So they're definitely going to want to start making their shots from the perimeter, open up that floor.
Vule Grujic now being taken off. Elvis makes his first shot. Elvis just missing that second one. Still a good effort at the line. Now Baines, who took that foul, with the ball. Trying to get around Gibson Ediful. Proves not to be an easy task. Ediful just as good as defending as he is on offense. Now.
Trying to find an opening, but great defense from the Hawks.
Here come the Hawks. Ediful on the fast break. Almost gets Baines to trip, and he gets the layup off the board. That's another 2 for Gibson Ediful.
Almost pinned by Brad Richards, but Ediful with a great kiss off the glass.
I stand corrected. That is Gibson Ediful's first 2 points in this game, and Baines ties him up in the other end from deep downtown, and that one just rims out. Reddick out to Dawkins. Dawkins faking the shot. Baines all by himself on the far side. The Hawks have to be careful here.
Absolutely, just keep him inside that three-point line.
Gibson doing a great job of guarding him right now. That shot is going nowhere. Good job by Gibson Ediful to keep it outside.
You see the Hawks really starting to pressure them beyond the arc. They've been getting killed from the 3-ball. Ediful, ooh, not quite.
Gibson from 3, that rims out.
The Hawks,
Baines.
right there, 27-28, chipping away at that lead, bringing it back.
Baines slows things down and picks him right back up. That's out to Reddick. He has some time. Steps off to the side, takes the 3. It's rimmed out and returned by Martin.
But you gotta love Jazz Baines, the drive and the dish, creating a great look for his teammate. He'll hit that more times than not.
Gibson looks for Martin. He'll take the jumper just outside the key and drains that one with no problem at all. And now, here's a timeout called by the St. Lawrence Vikings. They look to get their team back as the Hawks take the lead 29-28.
Ansel Martin, 4th year, Scarborough, Ontario, standing at 6'5". Easy Jimmy from the corner of the key.
And look at him walking away with that confidence. It's good to see that kind of confidence on a guy who's really one of the secondary scoring on this team.
Absolutely. I mean, and just look at it. They're up by 1. They brought it back, and now they find themselves leading.
Be sure to follow the Humber Hawks Twitter at the bottom of your screen there. You can see all the updates on this weekend as it is hosted at Humber College in the Hawks Nest. And also all of their sports going on right now. Be sure to check out some of their women's basketball feeds as they are in the championship at Niagara College. Right now, let's take a look into Sean College as he tries to get his team fired up as they now have to lead by 1.
Now go. Don't settle for the screen. All right, underneath. Okay. I don't mind the 3, but it's got to be off inside out. All right, it's got to be off inside out. Let's go. One stop.
There you heard he doesn't mind the 3, Connor. I think he's looking for his team to take a few more 3-pointers.
Absolutely, but good shots, right? Coming off the screen, open shots, no one-on-one hero ball, right? You want good, open shots. We've seen St. Lawrence have a few of them here and there, but the Hawks have not been so successful from beyond the arc. If they can get a good shot, take it.
Gibson Ediful likes to shoot 3-pointers. He's taken 1, but it did not go. One guy you have not seen on the floor for the Hawks yet is Matt Bukovic, who likes to take 3-pointers. He's pretty good at draining them, too.
Ediful hasn't hit any 3s, but he has been great on the defensive end, forcing another turnover. And a foul is going to be called against number 4 of the Vikings, and I believe, yes, that is Taylor Reddick.
Taylor Reddick, yeah. And this is going to be inbounded by Martin, coming off the jumper that gave the Hawks the lead.
Ediful just getting a hand in there on Dawkins and forcing the turnover. I mean, he has been great on the defensive end. That would be his 3rd steal of the night.
Martin.
And he is 2nd in the league in steals, actually. I believe he has somewhere in the ballpark of about 48 steals this season, adding another 3 to that record.
It's tough to play offense against a guy that is so quick on both ends. Against Gibson Ediful. There's a pass down low. That's laid up. Does not fall. Picked up by Judge off the defensive rebound.
They're going to want to push this up fast. He's going to go all the way.
Ediful making it look easy. He drains the 2, and he'll go to the line for another 1.
It's Ediful bringing the energy on the defensive end, and now he struggled from beyond the arc, but he found himself a lane, and we got ourselves a replay right here. He sees the opportunity, and he takes it right at Dawkins, which is good, because if there's one guy you want to get in foul trouble on that other team, it's either Jazz or it's Dawkins, because that man is not missing from beyond the line right now.
You know what, Connor? I've even taken a chance, as Gibson Edifel makes that one to make it a three-point play. I haven't even taken a chance to look at the crowd right now. We are actually absolutely jam-packed in the Hawks Nest right now for these students to watch their home team, Humber Hawks, play this first game of the OCAA championships for them.
These boys are expected to go far in this tournament. Oh, Martin losing his footing. And that's an easy bucket for Gibson.
That basket goes to Gibson, but the credit should go to Taylor Reddick, who opened up the room for him. Elvis, over to Dixon. Now down low to Gibson Edifel, being guarded by Baines. Edifel not really able to find lanes into the basket right now. Shot clock counting down. There's 4 seconds left. Martin will take the shot from downtown, and it rims out.
And that is what we heard Sean Collins talking about earlier. It's shot selection. He's okay with the three, but not when it's at the end of the shot clock and you got a hand in your face. You got to take good shots.
Under 2 minutes remaining now in the second quarter. Hawks up by 2, 32-30. Reddick down low to Gibson.
Oh, here we go.
Gibson able to get in. Dixon doing a good job of making sure he cannot get it to fall, though. Gibson, Edifel now, taking the jumper on the other side. It's rebounded by Martin.
All right, he's going to reset it. Good move to make the space and take the floater. Pick and roll again.
Edifel in the key. Drops it back for Elvis. Elvis has some room. The shot clock runs out. Shot is not taken.
And there was no contact with the rim, so that's going to be whistled out of play. And I believe Gucci come back in, and Tyrone Dixon going to take a seat.
Right now on the floor for the Hawks, we have Vule Gruich, Judge Edifel, Elvis, and Ansel Martin. Jazz Baines, the OCAA Player of the Year, looking for a drive into the lane.
And even if he's not scoring, he's making opportunities. Look at that, the drive and the dish, and that is what these Hawks need to do. Wide open three ball for, Thomas Afluja. And my goodness, it's just, you got to give credit where credit's due.
And so Martin, just under 50 seconds remaining. To Elvis, he takes a three, it rims out.
These Hawks cannot get it to drop from behind the line. They have strictly been dominating the paint to stay in this game.
Baines being guarded heavily. Edifel caught off guard, thrown out to the 18-footer by Offlegger. He gets that one to go. I think that was Baines that actually took that shot over there. A lot of jumbling going on in the corner.
It started with him and it ended with him creating the open shot, but then Thomas, he said, you know what, this isn't my shot. He gave it back to Baines. Wide open three ball, back-to-back threes. They're now winning.
The shot clock is not off. 1 second difference between the two. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 9 seconds on the clock as the whistle is blown down here.
Be an inbounds play. Most likely will close out the half.
Not much time left here. There's a 3-point difference. The Vikings up 35-32. It's been a very close game as the Humber Hawks take a timeout, wanting to get momentum going into the second half.
See if we can get a listen in on one of the coaches here, see what they're going over. Definitely a lot of momentum swings here. The Hawks staying with it despite their lack of success from beyond the three-point line. Only down by 3. Great play. It's really been an all-around effort from this entire Hawks team. C.J. Bennett was hot in the first, and we haven't seen too much of him lately. I believe he's been sitting down. Gibson Edifel had a few moments where he got an and one, as well as a few other players. Kenny Ajim had a bucket before he got subbed out. Tyrone Dixon hasn't been too big on the numbers, but he's been present inside the paint and on the defensive end. So really a team effort from the Hawks right now.
Yeah, the big guys like Kenny Edgem and Vule Gruich and Tyrone Dixon really able to get inside the key and get those jumpers up. And they're looking for Gibson Edifel to find a way to get points right now because he cannot drive those lanes. They're not open, so he's going to have to take some threes. He's going to have to pull up and take some jumpers, really get himself going here. As far as I'm concerned, the Humber Hawks have really had success shutting down Jazz Baines' are containing him for at least. He's got 12 points right now, but he could have had way more because he's had the ball all the time for the Vikings.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of times we've seen him do a drive and dish, but he can certainly beat his man off the dribble anytime he wants and go straight at the defense, probably draw a few more fouls, but he's chosen to take the more of an assist route right now, and he's doing a great job at it.
Gibson NFL looking to inbound for the Hawks. 8.8 left on the clock.
See, probably gonna, yep, they're gonna do screens, they're gonna slide over from the other side. See what CJ can do.
Edifol with the ball. Team relying on him to get momentum. He cannot get that shot up. It's blocked right in front of him by Baines, and that's not the way you want to end the first half.
Not at all. You know, you want to get a good shot up at least with some great defense from those Vikings. No chance of scoring there. And now we're at halftime, 32-35, and the Vikings going into the locker room with the lead.
There you saw Gibson Edifol storming off the court, not happy with this Hawks performance in that second quarter. They could have gone out of the first half with the lead, but they folded a little bit under the pressure near the end. Right now, this intermission in between half is sponsored by Wilson. Win more with Wilson. Very soon we're going to have a sideline interview with Natalie Stoverman. She's been doing a great job for the Humber Hawks all season. She's worked here endlessly, our sideline reporter.
Thank you, gentlemen. Ty, it's like a chess match out there. You guys have a totally different offense from St. Lawrence. They're living behind the three-point line. How are you going to try and use your bread and butter under the basket to try and get them to stay where they are?
I just got to get them in foul trouble. Number 24, he's a good player, but honestly, I'm more faster than him. I'm more athletic than him, so I just got to beat him up and down the court.
And I mean, you had a good half to get a sense of how St. Lawrence is countering your defense, or your offense, sorry. But you had Ansel Martin has been playing lights out for you guys. He's been consistent. How are you going to use his momentum to come out in the second half?
Sorry, can you say that again? It's a little loud back there.
Sorry, Ansel Martin has been really consistent in the first half. He's been keeping you guys in the game and giving you the lead. How are you going to use his momentum in the locker room and try and come out on top in the second half?
Honestly, you just got to keep the whole vibe up, talk to him, make sure you talk to other teammates. On the court-wise, we just got to get him open. Yeah.
All right, we'll see those openings in the second half. Go to the locker room. We'll see you then. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Natalie. That was a dynamic first half, a very close game on both sides. Vikings up 35-32 heading into the second half. Stick around to see how it turns out. Welcome back to the Hawks Nest for the OCAA Championships. This is the second game of the weekend, the Humber Hawks versus the St. Lawrence Vikings. Right now the Vikings are up 35-32 as we are about to get underway in the second half. And this has been a very good game so far, Connor.
Absolutely, it's been really close. Both teams, first time playing each other, and both have really gotten a grip on what each other's play style is like. And it's going to come down to the wire, there's no doubt about that. The Hawks, the big problem for the Hawks right now is that they're 0 for 8 from beyond the arc. So that's definitely something they got to work on. Meanwhile, the St. Lawrence Vikings are shooting 40% from the field, which is the reason why they hold the lead. Meanwhile, the Hawks have been dominating in the paint. So that's sort of been the story of the game so far.
Baines getting the game started the second half started for his team. Over to Dawkins. He's not able to recover the ball.
A little scramble there, nobody knew where it was.
Fast break, he rolls it off the fingers, not able to go around the rim. And there's foul being called, or maybe an out of bounds.
And yeah, it will be called an out of bounds on Najim. So
Kenny Edgem fighting as hard as he can to get that ball, but all for naught as he rolls out of bounds. Here we see a nice fast break there from Gibson Ediful and a good rebound from Edgem, but not able to hold on to it there.
Richards inbound. There we see one of the 1-2 punch that we've seen so far this game between Baines and, of course, number 13, Andrew Dawkins, who had been lighting it up on the scoreboard.
Gibson using his weight to get in to the rim, not able to get it to drop. He hasn't really all game either, but his weight does get him into the key.
Absolutely, and those are good shots. It's unfortunate that they can't get them to drop, but those are high percentage looks, and he's got to keep taking those.
And there's Ansel Martin with a nice little jumper.
We saw him early on in the game. He was really productive and now starting to get back into it. Ansel Martin, I believe that is his 8th point.
Just under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. I'm Corey Graham alongside Connor Forrest calling this game for you. The score of Vikings now up 35-34, 1 point lead. Gibson up top, across to Dawkins. Gibson still trying to get down low. That's where they want him to be.
And he's getting great looks. They got to feed the big man.
Edgem with some speed. He'll slam it down over top of the defender, and what an excellent play from Kenny Edgem.
Kenny Edgem taking it straight to the rack, and he throws it down. A little lapse in the defense there from the Vikings, and they got the lead back.
Baines looking to drive a lane here. He gets some room, tosses it to Gibson. Gibson gets blocked from Dixon.
Tyrone Dixon, big block, getting that soft stuff out of here. And here come the Hawks.
Gone. With the neon green shoes, he drives in.
And that'll be a charge. Great defense coming in, I believe. Yep. That was number 5. That was Brad Richards. And here we got a replay coming up, I believe, of Edgem.
It was actually called on a defensive foul there, and now Gone will go to the line. And there's the replay there. Edgem right over. Dawkins didn't want any part of that. He didn't want to get dunked on. He got out of the way.
So Gone actually going to get the blocking foul, but he's missing the first one. We saw free throws playing a crucial role in the last game. Let's see if he can go 1 for 2. And no, he doesn't go for any at all.
Baines calling a play, breaking out.
As a team, those Hawks are shooting 80% from the strike.
Dawkins with it again. He's dangerous from beyond the 18-foot line. Baines with a jumper. He gets that one to fall. Just effortless.
Great release. Saw the blocker coming in, put a higher arc on that shot, and he still managed to get it to go. Great shot.
Going down low. He'll get called there, stepping over the line.
So Gone is going to draw the foul on Jazz Baines. So it's going to be inbounded under the basket. 15 seconds on the shot clock.
Ediful looking for passing lane. Dixon able to recover that errant pass. Ediful not being guarded by Baines anymore, being guarded by Dawkins. Now Dawkins gets a steal there. He's coming down on a fast break. It's knocked loose by Gibson Ediful. Now top, there's a three-pointer, and it falls That'll give the Vikings a 4-point lead, 40-36.
And that's unfortunate that Taylor Reddick was trailing the play. Edifo with a great hand in Andrew Dawkins' dribble to stop the run, but Reddick there to make up for it.
Ansel Martin trying to pull the lead closer. He can't do it. Now Baines with the ball again. Nice roll away from Edifo. And the whistle's blown down here for an injury. I believe that is Brad Richards.
All right, so they're going to stop the game for him so he can tape that ankle up. Grab some water. Substitution coming in, and that'll be number 32, Thomas Afujer. He made some big shots earlier in the second.
Edgem guarding him. Now Gibson looking for a pass. Can't do much from top of the key. The big man.
Great save from Dawkins to keep that ball.
Baines with so much speed. I think he's able to draw the foul there.
And Edifo not happy with that. So Gaines going with the in and out move. He gets inside, tough shot. Drawing the foul. Talked about this earlier. He can do it either way. A lot of the time in the second we saw him driving and dishing for open threes. And now this time he decides to go at the rack and draw the foul. And they definitely got to keep him under wraps.
That foul goes to Braden Gone. That's his second personal foul on the night.
Both teams struggling from the free throw line this quarter. In fact, the Vikings have been shooting 50% from the free throw line coming into this third. So it's been a tough night from the free throw line for this St. Lawrence squad.
Going out to inbound it.
And this is interesting, Corey. You see a three-quarter court press coming in. Not quite a full press, but they're starting to apply pressure.
Edifo easily throws that into the key for Tyrone Dixon. Edifo all over Baines right now. Even when he doesn't have the ball, he wants to make sure that he is always guarded.
Great find for Dixon. He hasn't put too many points up tonight, but that's where he's been big. Big block from Dixon.
And Baines is out of the play, so it's a 5-on-4 right now. Humber looking to take advantage. Bennett throws up a three. It's rebounded by Dixon. He'll throw it all the way back out to Edifo. Edifo now looking for a lane. Hasn't been able to find one today, but he makes the most of it, pulling up with the jumper and getting 2 points.
Absolutely, just forcing his way, creating the separation, and a tough shot. But Baines looking to come right at him.
He throws it across to Gibson. Gibson cannot get that.
And he's going to call for a travel, so Gibson going to turn it over on that play.
Got to take full advantage of that while Baines is going on the fast break with a nice pass. Vikings probably should have come out of that with at least 2 points, but it'll go the other way instead. They have a 1-point lead. It's 41-40.
A nice momentum swing for these Hawks. That's what they got to do. Keep everybody involved. They got Dixon involved. He made another play defensively. Bennett. Oh, that's great. That's great defense.
Edifo.
That's great defense.
Humber trying to get their team chemistry going here with some quick passing plays. That's stripped. Edifo now on a fast break. Only Baines guarding him, and he gets the layup to go. Guarded heavily between two people. Gibson Edifo with the fast lane there.
Putting up his 4th steal of the night, just stripping Baines of the ball. He didn't know what happened. And a tough layup. They got the lead back. And great defense. That's what they can't allow to do.
Dawkins with the fade. It does not work out for him. Now under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Of course, Connor just mentioned, the Hawks now have the 1-point lead.
Without Gibson, these Vikings are going to have trouble bodying these Hawks in the paint.
Braden Gone puts up the three. That one's rebounded. Another defensive rebound there for the Vikings. Baines taking the ball over half.
And now the Hawks 0 for 9 from downtown. They have not hit a 3-ball.
Another block there from Dixon.
Again, Dixon, another block.
Gone lays that one up.
And that is the Hawks game right there. They got a 3-point lead now. All they have to do is attack the basket, and they will continue to find success. And we're going to see another replay here from Gone. He's such an aggressive player. He had that one big slam earlier.
The Humber Hawks having trouble to drive the lanes. They're making the most of it, having good defense and recovering from that. This timeout is sponsored by the OCAA, of course, hosting these teams during the regular season and during these OCAA championships. If you'd like to know more about any other OCAA sport or know more about the men's basketball, go to OCAA's website at ocaa.ca.
It'll be interesting to see how the Vikings come out of this timeout. They're having success behind the line, but when they try to get down and dirty inside the paint with this Hawks team, they aren't finding success. Number 24 for this St. Lawrence team, Donald Gibson, has been getting good looks, but he can't convert on them. So without him, they're going to really have a trouble against this Hawks team scoring in the paint. And meanwhile, with the Humber Hawks, it's the exact opposite. They can't get anything going from beyond the arc, which is why the St. Lawrence Vikings are collapsing inside the paint, because they don't fear the Hawks in the perimeter taking jump shots.
Yeah. And just like you've seen Gibson Ediful, he's not able to drive that lane. He was able instead to pull up and make that jumper. That's the kind of transition that Humber has to make right now, because the defense on the Vikings side has been so good.
4 minutes to go in this third.
Inbounding for the Vikings is Thomas Hofflegger. For Baines, being guarded by Elvis, as Gibson Ediful is not on the floor. Let's see how Elvis can do against the big man. That is an errant pass there, all the way down the floor for Bennett. He's too close to the rim, tries to throw it up and almost gets it, but it just rolls around and out the other side.
Almost a great fix by Bennett. You know, we saw Taylor Reddick with the butterfingers there. Oh, but right back at the other end, a big three ball from none other than Jazz Baines.
It was just a knee-jerk reaction there for Bennett, as just as he got the ball, he looked up and realized he had to throw the ball up right away. Vule Gruich using his size to get in. He'll throw that one over top of his defender and get another two. Vule Gruich, that's his first two on the game. Sorry, that he'll add, he had one from the line, so that's 3 points for Gruich now.
Oh, great step back move coming from Thomas, but no good.
Gibson using his size to get it out top. There's a three, and it's off the rim.
Donald Gibson is a guy they really want to keep in the game. He is their big man inside the paint, and with him, they have a level playing field. Oh my goodness, Jazz Baines going back to back, my goodness.
Jazz Baines with all the confidence in the world, able to nail those threes with people in his face. Doesn't matter where he is on the floor, he's a danger to put that one in.
And that's what the Hawks need right now. They need that person to come out, nail a few big threes, and make this gap wider. CJ Bennett trying to force it. Bennett on the rebound. Oh, and he blows an easy layup.
It's rebounded again. Martin still has it. It looks like he'll draw the foul there. And I believe couldn't quite hear what was called there. We'll see here. We're looking for the referee. He's going to make a call. So there's two calls. There's a technical foul now called.
And that's going to be against CJ Bennett.
Yeah, here's that last shot by Baines, making it look so easy. Baines now has 20 points on the night.
A technical foul against Bennett. And I believe Ansel Martin will also shoot free throws. Some words were definitely exchanged in there, so we'll see how this shakes out.
There you see Jazz Baines, the OCAA Player of the Year and the East scoring champion.
Martin goes 1 for 1 there on the free throws. And I believe these are his two for the initial foul on the play. And now... All right, now regarding the technical foul to CJ Bennett, that is what will be awarded now.
Andrew Dawkins taking them from the line for the Vikings. Very close game still. Hawks up 48-46 with 2.5 to go in the third. And Dawkins drains that first one. Not many fouls happening this game, so there's not many chances from the line. but both teams not having a great shooting percentage so far in the game.
Especially not Humber from the three-point line. They've yet to make one.
Dawkins pulls up. He makes that jumper no problem. That'll give his team a 1-point lead once again.
And that 1-2 punch, Jazz Baines and Dawkins really making it count from outside the perimeter.
CJ Bennett
knocking those shots down.
with the ball now. Vule Gruich looks for the shot. He'll drop to Gibson Ediful, who finally has that lane he's been looking for all game, and he can't take advantage of it.
Good shot, good floater. They're going to reset it now. Ediful running a good offense.
Jordan Rose looking for a lane. He'll find a little bit of room, and he'll make the most of it. That's another 2. That'll put the Hawks up by 1. The rep blowing the whistle there. A little prematurely. The ball will still be in the Vikings' favor. Baines not going off the court yet, but he seemed to have pulled something there. It looks to be okay.
This was an interesting play. I believe Jazz Baines, as he came up the left side of the court, got tangled up with the official, and head coach Sean Collins disagrees that it actually should be out of bounds. A word to his team, but no, it is going to be given back to the Vikings.
There we saw a quick replay of that Jordan Rose play. As you can see, it's been very hard for the Humber Hawks to find room in the lane. He had to pull up just past the line.
Absolutely, and those Vikings know they are struggling from outside, and you know they collapse inside the paint where the Hawks are doing most of their damage, but it makes it that much tougher because they don't have to fear any outside shots.
Gibson Ediful down to Bennett, who almost misses that pass as he was about to drive in for the key. And so Martin, almost a minute left. Vule Gruich takes the shot from past the 18-footer. It does not go.
0 for 10. The Hawks still unable to get a 3-ball to drop.
And that's not a good thing. When you can't drive the lanes, as we've been saying all game, you have to find another way, and 3-point is obviously that way. There's a nice block there from CJ Bennett. He stops that ball from going off the board.
Absolutely, but Bennett already has a technical. He can't say anything right now. The officials are watching him, so keeps his cool. Big block. And this is a neck-and-neck game, Corey. We saw another one just like it the game before between the Bruins and the Niagara Knights. Sheridan Bruins coming away with that one. Neck-and-neck, 50 to 51.
Here's Baines. Under 50 seconds, he takes the shot. It's rimmed out and goes up and over the board and out of bounds. Jordan Rose going to inbound. And here's that block by CJ Bennett. That was a very weak layup, but a nice block by CJ Bennett.
Absolutely. Dawkins didn't have much room to breathe there, and he went up with that soft stuff, and he got it. Swatted out.
From underneath the rim, behind the backboard, he still finds a way to put it up. That size coming to his advantage.
Absolutely. He's taking a lot of pressure. They're stacking the paint, but he doesn't care. He's going up strong. Basket plus the foul. Hawks are going to take it 1-possession lead.
And what excellent timing as well. Just over 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. This is the time you want to get some points. Going into the fourth, as their lead is 1 right now. That one rattles around. He makes his extra from the line to make it a 3-point play.
Dawkins, let's see what he's got. Oh, he's stripped!
Bennett is stripped, and the call is made here. Let's see what it is. Sean Collins is up in arms on the bench, not happy with what was made there. And I believe the call has been reversed. Initially, it was a step out of bounds by the Hawks on the steal.
One player who was very upset about that was Gruchik. He was not happy with that call at all. Okay, and the call will be reversed. And Bennett will shoot free throws. Okay, it will be a shooting foul.
It was a foul, yeah. It was a foul, and that's even though 23 seconds remaining in this quarter, but that is the 15th foul for the Vikings.
And a tough call. You see there, Barry Smith. He's not happy with that call at all.
Gary Smith has not had a lot to be happy about this game. He's been up in arms most of the game. His team is playing well, though, and his top player is playing well, Jazz Baines. CJ Bennett makes his first.
These Hawks not shooting well from the field at all, but the free throw line, a different story. Bennett makes both. So now, 4-point lead, Corey. A lot of momentum going into this last and final quarter, still anybody's game.
Yes, definitely. And great on CJ Bennett making the most of that opportunity. The shot clock off. The Hawks want to take all the time they can. Don't want any efforts coming the other way.
Now, Ediful rushing this.
Rose.
They get to close out the quarter. Let's see what they do.
Boulay to Jordan Rose. He'll take the shot from 3. It'll rim out. Nice rebound from CJ Bennett, and he puts it right back off the board for 2.
Coming out of nowhere and just attacking the rim. And they were swarming Andrew Dawkins. He's upset. The time is going to go. We're heading to the fourth. A big play from CJ Bennett. This man has been the story of this game. He came out of nowhere in the first quarter, dropped 6 points, and now he's making it happen here as well.
Great play by the Humber Hawks. They're now up by 6, 57-51, heading into the fourth quarter. I would now like to take this time to thank the OCAA, the Ontario College Athletic Association, for all the effort they've put into this event, and they've put out all season. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
At Humber, we are career-focused. We provide practical learning in and out of the classroom. We are chefs. We are programmers. We are community builders. We are technicians. We are entrepreneurs. We are Humber.
We're back here in the fourth quarter. Hawks again up 57-51. I'm Corey Graham alongside Connor Forrest. And Connor, what did you see in that last quarter?
I saw the Hawks having a lot more success in the paint. You know, the St. Lawrence Vikings, you know, they knew the Hawks were struggling shooting the ball, so they collapsed inside, making it very difficult to operate in the paint. But these Hawks battling through it, putting up more shots, a lot more possessions, better defense as well from these Humber Hawks, get them the lead, and you know, they just brought it back. St. Lawrence Vikings still in this game by all means. They just have to step it up and be more careful with the ball.
I'd like to say another thank you to the OCAA, the Ontario Colleges Athletic Association. You can visit their website at ocaa.ca for more information on all sports in the Ontario College Athletic Association. They've really helped us out with this event. They chose Humber to host this event last season. And we really like to thank them for their efforts they put forward for all athletics.
Absolutely. Now, one thing I just wanted to point out here, largely due to Gibson Ediful, who has 7 steals on the night. This Humber Hawks team has 9 steals, while the Vikings have a total of 11 turnovers. And I think that has really played a role in this Hawks team with second chance points, as well as just creating more opportunities for themselves to score.
One thing you've highlighted a few times there, Connor, is that the Hawks are actually 0 for 10 from the three-point line.
0 for 12 now.
0 for 12 now. Do you think they'll have to improve there because they have to lead now, or do you think they'll continue doing what they're doing?
It's working for them so far, but the benefit to being able to hit threes is to come down and hit a big shot, that momentum. No basket, says the referee. It's a charge against the Hawks. So let's see what the call is.
Sean Collins doesn't even know what's going on here. He was trying to figure out.
It's a push.
I believe it was on Tyrone Dixon.
Tyrone Dixon, yes.
He picked up the rebound there. Gibson Ediful is unhappy that he didn't get a foul called on himself when he went in for the initial play.
Tyrone Dixon has been great in terms of foul trouble. That's only his first or second on the night, I believe. He's good to go for the rest of this game, and he's been a presence inside, so no worry about that. You know, but the danger about having a guy like this, you know, Baines come up is he can just pull and knock a dagger to make this lead a very close game. Same with this guy, Dawkins. He can hit a 3, turn this lead into nothing.
Baines under the rim. all the way out. That's from 3. It'll rim out. It knocks around. It'll eventually go. That's a 3-pointer there for Thomas Offlegger.
These guys can shoot the 3 ball, and just like that, what was once a solid 6-point lead is now down to 3.
Tyrone Dixon to Jordan Rose. He had a nice jumper at the end of the 3rd quarter. Vule Gruich. Gruich uses his size. He turns around, and it's knocked out there by Humber.
Great save from Gone. Keep that ball alive. Second chance opportunities.
Rose.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
And
there it is!
All the way from downtown, Jordan Rose for 3.
The first 3 ball coming off of an offensive rebound. That is what Humber has done so well.
Baines trying to find a lane. He'll find Dawkins instead. Guarded by Braden Golden this time. Dawkins can't find a way in. He's now being doubled up. Vule Gruich has to find his man. He gets down low. He's covering someone else now. Gibson used his size to get in, and it looks like he'll draw a foul.
And now the Vikings haven't been too dominant inside the paint, but if there is one way they can get inside, it is through that man right there, the big man, number 24, Donald Gibson. He draws the foul. He hasn't had too much success, but he's taking great high percentage shots, and I really think they should give him the ball more.
Gibson missing his first.
57% from the free throw line for the St. Lawrence team.
Very big difference between the 2 Gibsons on these teams, Connor. Gibson
yeah.
Edeful, 5'10", smaller guy on the court, a lot of speed.
The exact opposite.
And Donald Gibson on the Vikings, 6'6", and a whole lot of size to get into the key. Now Tyrone Dixon with the ball. Gibson Edeful down to Vule Gruich. He uses his size to get in. He'll lay it up, and it'll find its way into the basket.
Tough shot from Gruich, but he gets it to go.
Baines, hailing from London, England, has made his mark on the OCAA this season and last. He was the Rookie of the Season last year and OCAA Player of the Year this year.
And he's looking for a hack on the arm on that windmill layup, trying to take it to the other side. He's not going to get it.
Already 2 team fouls on the Humber Hawks in the 4th and 8 minutes left to go. So here we see Vule putting everything on the line. It doesn't matter what happened to him as long as the basket goes in. Great effort there from Vule Gruich. There's a shot from Dawkins. That misses badly.
Tough shot from Dawkins. He was fading back, hand in his face, and that is what this Hawks team has really stepped up, their perimeter defense.
Going to Dixon. Gibson Edeful looking for a pass now. The Hawks really relying on their team play in the second half, and it's really worked out for them. Now holding a 7-point lead. Now in here for the Vikings, number 4, Taylor Reddick. Taking a few shots from outside the 18-footer. Here's a chance for Gruich. He takes the jumper, and it'll be rebounded eventually by Baines.
Shot didn't go, but that's an excellent look for Gruich. He's got to take that every time.
Dawkins from 3, he'll drain it.
And that's the benefit of the 3, just like that, a big shot, momentum swing, and now it's a 2-possession game.
Jordan Rose, blocked there from Vule Gruich. Tyrone Dixon over to Edeful, all the way around.
He's going to take a baseline, strong move inside from Edeful.
Edeful using his speed to his advantage, very agile. And there's a knockout by Jordan Rose. He's not able to get to the ball, so it'll go out of bounds there. Going hard into the wall.
And now I said this in a few minutes of the first, that the Humber Hawks team looked a little too relaxed, but now you can see that hunger in their eyes, chasing down everything, going out of bounds, diving for balls, getting aggressive down low. They are really going to try and make a push for it these last 6 minutes and 44 seconds.
64-58 for the Humber Hawks right now. 6:40 remaining in the 4th and the game. Being inbounded now by Dawkins. He finds no one. CJ Bennett. Gibson Edeful calling a play. That's now to Kenny Edgem. Martin to Edeful, looking for a lane still. He can't find it. 8 now on the clock.
Pass
from under the rim. It falls. Nice play by Kenny Edgem.
And a great pass from Edeful to find him inside. And he went in there strong, came up strong, and put it down.
Baines finding a lane. He does. Goes up for the jumper. Fakes it. Ediful thinking that he left. Thinks that Baines left the floor there, calling for. And now he's waiting for somebody to come back to inbound it. He doesn't want to.
Now full court press coming in
Martin
from St. Lawrence.
Up the right side. Waiting for his teammates, slowing things down. Martin drives into the paint. He'll get that one to go. Nice little floater.
A forced shot, but he gets it to go.
8-point lead. Just under 6 minutes to go. Baines. Very good at changing speeds, but he's being guarded by Gibson Ediful.
Ediful playing great D on him.
Dawkins fakes the shot. He'll go into the paint. Doesn't get that one to fall.
And even if that were to go in, a 2 is better than a 3.
And there will be a foul called here. Looks like CJ Bennett will be going to the line for 2.
And he has been great from the free throw line tonight. I believe he has not missed one. CJ Bennett, at that time, yeah, he's 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
The timeout has been called here by the St. Lawrence Vikings.
They're going to need to talk it over as they're starting to get into that area where if you lose this lead and it gets too far away from you, you can't bring it back.
Right now, we're going to take a listen in to Sean Collins talking to his boys, who now have an 8-point lead.
Actually, let's go. Let's go see St. Lawrence listen in.
You're right, Carl. Yeah, we're actually going to go to the other side. We're going to go to Barry Smith, the 24-year veteran, talking to his boys, who are now down by 8.
This bumper and post. Okay, those are the 3 things I want you to
hear that? You hear that?
Right? Everybody focus on what we're doing. This bumper and post. Right? Need to stop right now. Coach gets the board. Set that cross screen to guard the post to the big guy. And I don't know if we're going to keep doing that. We got to communicate with him. Coming across screen the big guy. And that's how he's getting position on our post. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Right? We got to bump him coming across.
Vikings on 3. 1, 2, 3, Vikings.
So we're coming back now here, just over 5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Humber up by 8, 68-60.
You heard Coach Barry Smith just talking about, I believe they were referring to Humber's very own Vula Gucek, how he's just getting a body on them in the post. So definitely concentrate now the last 5 minutes of the season possibly. Concentrate, play their game, and I think they'll do just that. CJ Bennett missing his first. We haven't seen that.
Not often, no, and CJ Bennett's been dynamic for them, opening up room in the lane, drawing a lot of fouls. So I think we'll let it slide that he'll just miss his first one there.
And now Humber opening up with a full court press, gonna really take it to the Vikings.
Baines being guarded by CJ Bennett. He'll find a lane. He gets into the paint, and he won't lay it up.
Now that would be the 3rd team foul for the Humber Hawks. They got one more to give until the bonus, and that's when things really start getting sticky.
Still lots of time left to go.
Humber Hawks.
Still lots of time left to go, so those team fouls couldn't come back to bite them, but we still have 5 minutes to see.
They're going to give it right back to Baines, and he's going to go one-on-one.
They're going to force the Humber Hawks.
There you go. Just like that, he draws 2 team fouls, and now Humber finds himself 1 away from the bonus with 5 minutes to go, Corey, just like that.
Yeah, and what the Vikings are trying to do here, they're trying to force the Hawks to defend their best player, probably draw some fouls because he's really quick. The only guy that's been able to defend him really this game is Gibson Ediful. And right there, they had CJ Bennett on him. So they thought they'd take a risk, and it ended up paying off. Dawkins throws it out. There's some time here. Off-legger, throws it off the rim. Can he edge him? He's got 4 men on him. He's got to make a play here.
And there you see Gibson Ediful saying, all right, let's chill, guys. Let's calm it down.
Good decision from Edgem to throw it out to Ediful. He didn't have much room.
There you see it again. Edgem going up strong.
It doesn't matter. It's cleaned up there by Tyrone Dixon. The lead is now 11, 71-60 with under 5 minutes to go.
Oh. And Jordan Rose took a little skate there.
Watch those ankles. You got to be careful
Jazz
when
Baines
Jazz Baines
dropped him.
Yeah. Braden Cohn Finds Tyrone Dixon. Dixon trying to go for the pass there. He fakes it. Gets
sure
Ediful now into the paint, and he'll get 2.
On a great layup, taking it from the left side and then up with the right.
Baines. Jordan Rose not wanting to trip over himself now here again, but it's hard with defending Baines. He'll stop up for a jumper.
But a great stop, settles for a jumper.
Ediful slowing things down, just under 4 to go. Lead now to 10.
It's starting to look good for the Hawks. They just got to play their game, take their time, waste the shot clock, and convert on their opportunities.
Gibson Ediful under the rim. He throws it down to the other post. Jordan Rose from 3. It gets rimmed out.
Noise, it's a good shot. Took a lot of time up. And now it's all Jazz Baines. Let's see what he can do.
Baines goes to stop up for the jumper. He throws it out instead. Coming down under the rim. Back out to Dawkins.
Wide
now
open
Offlegger
three.
has lots of time. He makes that 3 with ease.
And it starts with Jazz. He penetrates the lane, makes a 2-on-1, dishes, and great ball movement out to the other side of the court. And then boom, Thomas, a Fluger with a wide open 3.
So the Humber Hawks call timeout here. They get a minute, and they are up 73-66 late in the game. I'd like to take this time to thank the BRTV crew for helping us out here. They've done an excellent job in filming both these games, and they will be here all weekend for the OCAA championships. Again, that is the BRTV crew here at Humber College.
Oh, it's going to be fun. It's just Friday. If you were here with us for the game before that, it was electric. It's electric in here right now. Tomorrow, Championship Sunday. It's going to be a great weekend.
And great hard work by our cameramen, especially down on the floor. They get beat up a lot by bodies and basketballs flying right into them. And here you see them getting a nice shot of Sean Collins in the Humber Hawks huddle. He's got a nice little lead to play with, but he probably would like a little bit of extra cushion coming back here from the timeout.
Absolutely. The key right now is good defense, and we pretty much know who two they're going to key on. It's that 1-2 punch from the Vikings of Jazz Baines and, of course, Andrew Dawkins, who lit up the first quarter with 11 points, and he's probably in the 20-point margin now as well. So got to contain those two and protect their perimeter defense. No threes, no threes.
No, definitely not. The Hawks probably just want to slow things down, because if they let the Vikings get into their game, which is basically Jazz Baines doing whatever he well pleases on the court, it may charge a comeback here. Right and down by the paint. There's a fight for the ball. It looks like Humber should definitely have that. And it should. There's a hold called on, I believe, Reddick.
So that, gonna be
exactly 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Now 14 fouls for the Hawks, and that makes it 2 for the Vikings. So the Hawks more in foul trouble than the Vikings as time winds down here in the game.
Still one away from the bonus.
Gibson Ediful being guarded by Dawkins. Now Offlegger. Pass to Gone. Gone keeps it in. He throws it into Tyrone Dixon. Gone under the rim. He throws it up and almost gets it to fall. That's really close.
Just as the shot clock expired, he got it up. So that's a great save from Gone. Dixon, fantastic pass underneath the basket. Unfortunate for the Vikings is Gone. Right as that shot clock was about to expire, he's now got a chance to put 2 more up on the board to make this a 9-point lead with 2 minutes 45 seconds left to go. Corey, it's getting tight.
Yeah, Tyrone Dixon, he's been a great setup man all game and all year. They've missed him quite a bit. He missed some games at the beginning of the season, as well as Brule Gruich. Gibson Ediful was their big all season, really got them, pushed them to these playoffs. Now Braden Gone misses his first one from the line.
And Tyrone Dixon, you know, standard numbers. 8 rebounds, about 6 or 8 points. But he has been such a presence inside.
Gibby with the ball, he's looking for a lane. He's driving to the net, and he gets it stripped off him by what looked like Dawkins. Now Baines with the ball. Vikings always looking to go back to him. He's their best player. He finds a lane past Jordan Rose. He'll get to the rim and not able to find anything. He's down and out of the play. Here's a chance for Kenny Edgem.
He goes straight inside.
And that's puts down his own rebound on a nice fast break. Baines down and out of the play, and he looks like he's in a little bit of pain now behind the play.
Absolutely. If we can get a replay on that, we'll see a replay on that right here. And you know, that's always tough for the rest, because here you got Jazz going at 3 defenders. He's creating the contact. It's so hard to give a player like that the call when he's going at them. and he lost his footing, and he came down hard. You could hear that echo throughout the gym, so I hope he's okay.
He's going to stay out on the floor. He has to. If they have to get back in the game, it has to be Jazz Baines to do it.
You know,
Him
he's
or
a marksman.
Dawkins. Yeah. Being guarded by Jordan Rose. That's the off-legger. He has the three-pointer. He can't get it to go. That rebounds almost all the way out to half.
Ooh, tough call against Edison.
Gibson Ediful there with the hold. And that'll put them with 5 team fouls. So that's the bonus. They'll go to the line.
In the bonus. 2 minutes to go. 2-minute warning. Better now than when there was 5 minutes. That's for sure.
Definitely. There's still a 10-point lead for the Humber Hawks. That now makes it 9. 76-67.
However, time is stopped, though. So Humber needs to be conservative with how they foul.
So 8-point lead. Reddick sinking both of his from the line. Braden Gone carries it up. Out on the floor here for the Hawks, we've got Jordan Rose, Edgem, Gone, Dixon, and Ediful.
Now it looks like they're probably going to ISO. Let's see if they ISO. Yeah, they're going to give it to Edison. Here we go.
Gibson Ediful right at the line.
One-on-one. Oh,
down low, he has a lane here. Woo! He dekes right through 2 defenders. Can't get it to go, but don't worry about it. Kenny Edgem's right there on the rim to knock it in.
Great left-to-right move from Gibson Ediful. He goes straight up, and a great putback.
Baines now with it. He gets stripped by Tyrone Dixon. It'll go out of bounds. Chance to inbound here.
And here we see it. Oh, great left-to-right move. He goes up and under.
Just under 1:30 now here,
but
late in the game.
Kenny Ajim is there.
Oh, and he pulls up on the run. Dawkins not getting that one to go. Getting a little hopeful.
Now the 10-point lead. These Vikings, they got to foul or they got to get a stop right here and make a massive run.
Braden Gone with the ball looking for a lane. He'll toss that across to Tyrone Dixon. Jordan Rose looking for the shot. He has a little bit of room here. He'll drive the lane instead. Pulls it up on the paint and he puts down 2.
And that's going to hurt them.
That lead is now 12, 80-68 with under 1 minute to go.
Timeout Vikings, and that was too easy. Jay Rose going all the way. Inside floater, the biggest lead of the night, 12 points, minute timeout. And you got to wonder what Barry Smith is talking to his team about right now.
That is a very comfortable lead for the Humber Hawks. A big effort from every player here, and as I mentioned it earlier in the game, they are a team game, and they rely on their chemistry to really get them through. And they've done a really great job of shutting down Jazz Baines for the most part in this second half.
Absolutely. You know, you look at the box score, and it's really been a team effort. And then there you see a defensive lap on the pick and roll. I believe it was number 32, Thomas Afluger, sticking with his man, giving the easy lane for Jay Rose to go all the way inside.
And we've seen all game that the Vikings have shut down the middle lanes. They have not allowed people to get to the basket. But as the game winds down here, maybe the players are getting a little bit tired. The Hawks are finding a way to get right to the basket, and that's how they're going to have to get their points.
Staying aggressive, just keep attacking, and this Vikings team will break. That's the benefit about working inside the paint. It's high percentage shots and it's close and it's a lot of second chance opportunities. With this Viking teams, they found more of their success on the perimeter. A lot of, tough shots. They've been making them, but eventually some of the times they're going to miss.
So now, if I'm correct, there's now 59 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's inbound here. An errant pass not being able to pick up by Dawkins. That's recovered by Kenny Edgen.
And that's got to hurt your momentum, right? I mean, you lose the ball on your last hope.
There's a push there by Dawkins. And now,
I guess, so fourth team foul for this team, so it's going to be on the floor.
One more before they're in the bonus. Hawks with a hefty lead at 12. 80-68. Now you got to think there's 2 possessions left in this game, including this one. Gibson down the post. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Gibson has to do something here. He's getting doubled up. Edgem from the post. It's rimmed out, recovered by the big man Gibson for the Vikings.
Big play though, wasted 24 seconds. You just burnt half of the time left in the game.
Fast break from Baines, and he goes down hard. Not sure who took the brunt of that one, Dixon or Baines, but the ball will go back in Humber's favor. Jordan Rose going to inbound that. 24 seconds to go. And that's got to be it for this game, you got to think.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. You're down 12 with 24 seconds. The Vikings are in the bonus, but so are the Hawks. And then you see the Vikings star player, Jazz, kneeling down after taking that big hit. And it looks very bleak right now for these St. Lawrence Vikings.
And very wisely here, their coach using the last, actually that's the Humber Hawks timeout. They still have one remaining. They use one. 24 seconds remaining here. Sean Collins calls a timeout.
Might as well. You got one more left. Talk it over. Just run a set play.
Yeah.
Keep the ball away. And let the clock wind down.
So exactly 24 seconds left, which means the shot clock should be off for this drive, but we'll see on that. If it is, that should be it for this game. Humber Hawks have a 12-point lead, 80-68. And what a great first two games we've had here in this OCAA championship.
Phenomenal. I mean, the first game, nobody expected the Niagara Knights. Such a young team, only two fourth years, 1 third year on that squad. A coach who's only been doing it in the OCAA for 2 years, despite all of his other experience. And it was such a phenomenal game, went right down to the wire, and this one as well. I mean, Humber coming out here, gonna get their first win after a 2 losing streak, and move on to Saturday.
Yeah, and you got to remember here in the first half, Humber was down by quite a few points, like 6 or 8 in the first half, and they came back and now have a 12-point lead at the end of the game. Just a great comeback here from this Humber Hawks team. Great team chemistry as Braden Goen looks to inbound this one. Kenny Edgem. All-out defense coming from the Vikings, of course. Gibson Ediful with the ball now. Very quick on his feet. He's being guarded by Dawkins. Ediful now with 11 seconds. Rose stepping out of bounds. That ball will be turned over the Vikings. 9 seconds to go.
And this will most likely be the last shot of the game.
Offlegger inbounding it to Dawkins. Goen guarding him. Ediful still not giving up. Despite the clock running down, he'll block that pass.
Down to the last second. He's trying to get another steal. He's already got like 7 on the night. What's one more, right?
What a dynamic player Gibson Ediful is. Been great on both offense and defense tonight.
And this will be the last shot, Corey.
Richards, he throws it off a knee, and there's still another chance here. Kenny Edgem can't get to the basket, but what a nice effort here from the Humber Hawks. Sean Collins has to be happy with the first game of the OCAA championship for the Hawks. They take this one 80-68.
Great game all around. Both teams played fantastic, and both teams should have their heads above their shoulders. They played fantastic. Andrew Dawkins had a fantastic game. Jay Baines, he was fantastic. Jazz was great. And just a team effort from the Hawks to get this W. Coming back in the first and second, being down to take it 68-80 is fantastic.
And the Humber Hawks just beat the OCAA Player of the Year. That was Jazz Baines. So that's something to put into their shelf for the year, but they still have a few games remaining in this OCAA championship, so they can't give up yet, but a great accomplishment they just had today.
Absolutely, making the adjustments, finding themselves down, coming over the adversity. Some fantastic coaching on both sides, Barry Smith, Sean Collins, and they came out with it today, and tomorrow, a new day, a new story, and it'll be interesting to see how they perform then. First 2 winners, Sheridan Bruins, and now your Humber Hawks, the hosts of the 2016 OCAAs.
100%. I'm Corey Graham here with Connor Forrest. I had an excellent time calling the game with him today. We both the Humber Hawks beating the Vikings, and then the Niagara College winning their game at 1 o'clock. I would like to thank the BRTV crew for being here for both games. They will be here all weekend, broadcasting all of the games on the Humber Hawks website and to the Humber Hawks YouTube. You can watch them there. They're doing a great job here today. They'll be here all weekend. And so big thanks to the BRTV crew here at Humber College.
I believe we're just going to have some closing remarks, and then we're going to throw it over to Natalie. Yes.
And she will, of course, have an interview with Gibson Ediful. We've mentioned him multiple times this game. He's a dynamic player for the Humber Hawks. He was the only constant, really, in his team all season, as their other bigs, Vule Gruich and Tyrone Dixon, weren't here for the entire season. Vule Gruich missed the first half with injury, and Tyrone Dixon was in and out of the lineup. Right now we're just having a ceremony here given to the player of the game, or the player of the year, Jazz Baines.
And he was great tonight. I know he didn't come up with a W, but 22 points, 7 assists. It was fantastic, you know. And Gibson Ediful said it at the beginning of the game. The team runs through him. He's the point guard. He runs the show. 7 steals on the night. I mean, that's very impressive. 13 points, 3 total rebounds. He had a great showing. A team effort won it for the Humber Hawks.
And you got to think Gibson Ediful's on a high here right now. I mean, the OCAA awards were just last night, where he was named to the OCAA First Team All-Star for the West Division, just like Jazz Baines was and last night. So it's been a really big week for Gibson Ediful, and this has been a really big day for the Humber Hawks. So congratulations for both of them. And we're going to talk to Gibson Ediful in just 1 second about all of that with Natalie Stoverman on the sidelines.
Natalie's standing by with him. That'll be awesome. Get his thoughts on the games in the days to come. I know his mind is set on tomorrow, see how he does there, but he's got to be happy with his team's performance today. I mean, it was really a great game. And a great turnout, too. I mean, the Humber fans really showed out. It was packed in here.
And if you want to know anything more about the Humber Hawks, their basketball, the rest of this weekend, or the women's basketball at Niagara College, follow the Humber Hawks Twitter at Humber Hawks, of course.
And Corey, I think just about ready to throw it over to Natalie.
And right now we're going to go to the sidelines where Natalie Stoverman is waiting with Gibson Ediful. Natalie?
Thank you, gentlemen. Humber player of the game, Gibson Ediful, 13 points, 6 assists. Man, what a turnaround. Completely different first half and second half. What was the turnaround? What was the message in the locker room to have the performance that you did in the second half?
We just have depth. Our team is really, we believe that we have the best team in the country, and everyone can play. So I think they only had 2 or 3 guys that had to play the whole game, and eventually they wore on them, we wore on them. And it's just a grind. Just keep playing defense and we'll win the game.
Keep playing defense. And to be honest, the defense part on your end was rather easy because all you had to do was contain Baines and Dawkins, and they provided almost 44 points in their total points scored this game. So how do you feel about this win? Tomorrow you get to play Sheridan.
It feels great. Jazz was named the player of the year, so for us to be able to shut him down and make him take hard shots, it was great on our part, and we look forward to playing Sheridan tomorrow. The series is 1-1, so let's see what happens in the semifinals.
It's going to be absolutely insane tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Great. So I'll see you tomorrow. Great game today. Thank you for joining us with BRTV. I'm Natalie Stoberman for Corey and Connor. We'll see you next game.